Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver. Today we're going to be playing some more Zippee the Zombie. We start off with a shard here, turning into a Billy Gruff with +1/+1, which allows us to win the first fight. And Horde Dragon was kind enough to play a Black Cat on turn 1, feeding into our hero power here, getting us 2, but we do get immediately followed up with an opponent playing an egg and, doing egg things anyhow. We get to pick up a pair of Billy Gruffs here, as well as a Crafty, to go with the couple dwarves that we picked up previously. Charon has a golden cut purse here, and they get 2 slays. We do win the fight and pop their secret stash, but Charon's going to have a ton of gold on 3.0, so that's a little bit scary. Fortunately, we don't have to deal with them for at least a little while. We get to pick up a Bad Witch here to support our 2 Billy Gruffs. And yeah, there's 3 other 2s in the shop, and just deciding which one is the right one for us here. I think it's going to be Mim. There's an argument for Baby Root as well. And then we're of course going to finish off with a Candy Cannon there to get a couple more stats. And there's another Golden Kitty Cut Purse from the Fates player here. And unfortunately, this is quite a large Shadow Assassin back there, and it is going to be a little bit too large for us to take down. Next opponent is Wonder Waddle, who has pretty low life total, so it seems like maybe they're struggling here. We only need to kill 3 things in the next combat to get our first Evil Twin. Considering getting this doubly, we cast a Mix-a-Wizzle here just to see what we get, and it is a monster book, which is fine. We don't have anything that really scales with spells or anything right now, and monster book is notably not super great on level 3. I mean, those who play Pants would know that. But yeah, so somehow Waddle has decided to play only 2 characters. I mean, it is a Golden Shupa, but yeah, they play only 2 characters and deny our Evil Twin for a turn, which is pretty unfortunate, although they do get 2 Golden Shupa slays. But it looks like maybe they're just greeting slays there, or maybe they just keep selling their board to assemble golden characters or something. But yeah, we knocked their life total down pretty low. But yeah, they've got a setup to get a lot stronger very quickly. We of course don't know what their bench is like, but yeah. So there's a pair of bossies here we could pick up. Not entirely sure that's necessarily what I want. You can see me just hovering over the Waddle there, trying to figure out what exactly just happened. We do find the triple for the Billy Gruff here, so we're gonna get a treasure. We're gonna go with Needle Nose Daggers. We just want to increase our tempo here, and we've got the Princess Peep, which uses the daggers very, very well. And we're up against a Trophy Hunter here, who's also playing multiple summons, but fortunately and kind of unfortunately, we deny them board space. I say unfortunately just because, I mean, of course we wanna kill more creatures. And unfortunately, we don't get to utilize all their summons for our hero power, but we do win the fight and keep our daggers, so there's that upside as well. We're gonna pick up a Court Wizard with the daggers. I think it's a really decent pickup, especially since we have the Princess Peep in front already. Considering the Amy and the Lady of the Lake are both pretty solid here, we do already have a couple supports. I kind of like having attack on my my sheep summons here, so I think we might just go with the Amy. Just because it's a large range character, and also we're gonna go for the Evil Twin on the Court Wizard right now, just increase our strength. Unfortunately, for Avella and for us, Avella is also playing down, but it looks like they just played their first couple turns and then kind of walked away from their computer or something. So we knock out Avella there, and we don't get too much too much hero power progress, which is a bit unfortunate. Usually we would. Like, I think in a normal game we would have our second Evil Twin by now, but because we kind of, I don't want to say we got griefed, but we got a little bit griefed. But I mean, our health total's still high, and that's really what's important on Zippee, I think. You just want to escape the early game with a decent health total, and yeah, usually you can do some very powerful things later on. We did pick up a second Evil Witch here, which is just because it's a 3-pair and we want access to potential treasure map, or maybe Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball is a great one on Zippee. All right, we're gonna go for a Mix-a-Wizzle on our Amy here, which goes into a random 5. So if we could find a shard here, then we could keep that level 5 character. Unfortunately, we don't get to. I ended up selling so we can triple this Court Wizard, and we pick up a 3 of Swords from it, and then we quickly get our other support back onto the battlefield here. Fortunately, Baby Dragon doesn't hit our priority target. And we get at least 1 bonus attack from our Court Wizard, which now has 13 power. And yeah, we handle Horde Dragon relatively easily here. There is a TLK. TLK is another premium thing for Zippee. Just getting higher tier good characters, you can obviously make copies and get ahead that way. We don't really have a lot of great options here though. Like at 4.2, getting a random 5 is not that exciting, because I mean we can just buy random 5s next turn. So we are gonna TLK into a golden 5 though. We TLK our Court Wizard into a Baba Yaga, and with the daggers plus the 3 of Swords, we're gonna take a Chupa on 4.2, which usually is a little bit late, but with the golden Baba and those other attack buffs, it's gonna, like 19 should be enough to slay even on 4.2 here. And yeah, with of course the Baba support, like it's, as long as we can get that slay, then we can get rolling very, very quickly here. All right, and yeah, we managed to miss the 20 toughness character there, so we almost hit that 1 in 4, but fortunately, we did get the slay with Chupa, which is going to increase the attack of our Baba, which is great. We could Masquerade Ball and see 2 6s here, or we could just take a couple 5s. I mean, like Southern Siren is a great pickup with while your Chupa scaling as well. So we decided to go with the Siren, and we just forego the Apple Tree here. We would really like to find just another monster to go with this, and we found another Chupa, so that definitely counts. So we're gonna take that. Cast a quick health pot here, and make a little space in our hand, just for our evil twin, of course. Consider locking for the Medusa as well, but I think I ended up just not locking there. It does kind of compete with the Slay characters for like the spot on the board. It is something that we definitely would like to have for later though, but I think we still need to develop our board a little bit. And like I didn't feel like we were necessarily weak, although we did lose that combat unfortunately. A 50-50 at the end there kept us from getting a tie. Consider the River Wish Mermaid, but like without Horn and without like a really, like we don't have like a concrete way to get into Horn right now. I don't think that's necessarily what we're interested in, even with the Golden Baba already. And there's that Medusa, which has 15 power base right now thanks to these Chupa Slays. So we are going to take that, and because we're against Trophy Hunter, I think we want to play it in 1 here, just to try and mitigate their last breath. Like Trophy Hunter with that much HP is always very scary. We're going to take an XP here so we can go to 6 next turn. We're just going to make some space here, and we're going to sell down for Robin Wood, which we can triple up if we really want to. That could be our avenue into a Horn of Olympus as well. It looks like Trophy Hunter is a summons build, which is pretty interesting. You don't often see Trophy Hunter summons. We managed to keep them from slaying with their summons though, but that Vulture is a little bit too large for us there, and we do end up with taking the loss there. Alright, we got 3 Evil Twins now thanks to all those summons though. And there's a Green Knight, which I think we're just going to jam. It's just so many stats, and it's a level 6 treasure immediately here, so I think that's worth it. We're just going to jam Pandora's Box as well, as we do have some time with 18 HP. Where the Waddle that played down to 2 characters against us last time is still in the lobby here, and they are up next. So we're gonna it's notable that we picked up an Oni Tyrant. And during the cut there, I did switch out that Robin with the 4th or the 2nd Chupa in the last second. Having them even in 3 and 4, like one of them's probably going to get to attack, and with the Oni Tyrant stats, I think it's worth it. And they actually both get their slays, and we knock out this Wonder Waddle player. And yeah, out of our Pandora's box we get Magic Sword plus 100. Not exactly the best treasure with monsters, but yeah, we're gonna try and find a way to make it work. Time Flies is an interesting one. It does kind of keep us from our slays, but also like if combat RNG goes well enough, then Time Flies can land in the Magic Sword plus 100 slot. So it sort of acts like a secondary I guess like it turns our first character into sort of a black cat. That's kind of a poor black cat impression anyways. There's another Southern Siren, which does have a lot of HP, or a lot of attack. I mean, with the plus 100 sword, it's got a ton of attack as well. And fortunately, they attack first and free up a spot for us to slay with our other first Southern Siren, which does steal something there. And yeah, our Oni Tyrant does puts a lot of stats on our board, and fortunately for us, we do have enough stats for us to tank all their range in the back line and get the win with our own range. I think we're out of Chupacabra now. We never found the triple, and I think it's just too late for scaling, as we are now heads up with the Trophy Hunter, and then we get this shop, which is interesting. Usually you don't want to take friendly spirits this late, but I mean, with the double Oni Tyrant and all these evil twins, yeah, I think I'm interested here. And we're gonna go with the Gloves of Thieving over the coin. I think coin is kind of nice when we can put our golden friendly spirit in one, just because, like, I mean, it gets the stats from the coin before distributing stats. And yeah, we did shift the Green Knight over to support the friendly spirit, just to try and put as much stats onto the rest of our board as possible. I mean, of course, like the Magic Sword stats, like there's a certain point where too much attack becomes a little redundant, so we wanted to get some HP on there, and we did lock these other 3 friendly spirits from the 4 of a kind shop that we had last turn. And we're gonna save 4 gold here. Like we definitely want to triple it. But rather than buy the 3rd one, we're just gonna use another evil twin and get another evil friendly spirit. It also works out just in case we find our way into a pumpkin. Just having another evil character on board while still getting all that benefit from these Oni Tyrants, definitely worth it here. Trying to decide what our slot 3 should have here between the Southern Siren or a ranged character. I mean, obviously having ranged characters is great with the friendly spirit, but then we find a good old classic Doomy Bee for the Magic Sword slot, and yeah, we don't need all that attack with these friendly spirits, so we're just going to shift them and the Green Knight over, and that also allows us to play our Medusa in 5, which is fantastic. Obviously, a lot more efficient than playing it in 6. We do kind of expose one of our Oni Tyrants, but I think that's okay. Our friendly spirit tanking a lot of hits here, and it finally goes down, and it's going to put a ton of stats onto our Medusa. Or sorry, onto the Green Knight. And yeah, this is a very interesting Trophy Hunter build. They're Summoning Portal plus Eye of Ares. Again, very interesting. And unfortunately, we didn't make board space, even though they were summons, and I should have remembered that. And so we are going to lose an evil twin here, as we can't justify like buying something and twinning it just to sell it or whatever. But so we're just going to end up rolling past here. We get to triple our Southern Siren, which is kind of exciting. We don't need anything from their board anymore, so we're just gonna get out of Gloves of Thieving. We're gonna go into Staff, and we get rewarded immediately with our Oni Tyrant triple. And yeah, now we can take Spear over Staff and just have our full stat treasures. And yeah, now we've got our Southern Siren in 4, our Doomy Bee in 1, just cleaning up their board immediately there. If we can get some of these friendly spirit stats onto the Southern Siren, it would have done a lot of work, but I mean, it's pretty unlikely to attack from spot 4, but I still think it was the correct choice to put it there. And yeah, Medusa just cleans up the rest of their board, and we walk away with the win. But yeah, this was an interesting one, just because we picked up the Friendly Spirit so late, but there's still so many stats that I think it was definitely worth it, especially in conjunction with the Oni Tyrant. Obviously, the Doom Breath plus Magic Sword combo is kind of a classic, one that you don't really see very often anymore. So that was kind of fun to play again, and of course it's just incredibly powerful. And yeah, opponent either didn't find a Soul Tack or didn't think that they needed a Soul Tack to try and compete with it. And yeah, Doom Breath just ended up wreaking havoc on their board anyhow. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment. All that stuff really helps the channel, increases engagement for the algorithm and whatever. And yeah, it lets YouTube know that it should recommend my content to more people. And yeah, if you would do that, I would be forever grateful. But yeah, that's it for today. With all that being said, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.